So what you can do for us right now is to kindly hit the share button. This one is from Alpha Blondie.
Yeah,
He calls this one a peace in Liberia.
yeah. We want peace in Liberia,
Because right now is what we need, peace in Liberia.
Monrovia. Cause Babylon shall
Because the government have declared war on her own people.
oh Babylon shall not
Joseph Numa Boyka has ordered open fire.
oh Babylon shall not
It's
stand.
almost like a state of martial law right now in Liberia. So let's do this music,
Shall not stand again.
remembering those political prisoners.
Cause every day they're talking about
Let's remember those who lost their lives
war
in Grand Cape County.
where over Jalen
Let's remember
birds of
all of those who lost their lives
no matter
in
who
all of these mysterious deaths that are
like
orchestrated by Joseph Numa Boyka and his gangster.
no matter who lose
Let us do this song
Liberia
for our own brother Austin Kawa.
no matter
All of the journalists who are under attack,
they've got to stop
our own brother
fight.
Julius J.
No
Because
matter
they're receiving series of threat messages.
the devil's still stronger.
We want to remember Abraham Golson William, who every day of his life,
Peace in Liberia,
the Boyka regime is doing everything
peace in
to
Monrovia.
ensure that
We want
his
peace
record is deleted. We need more than peace in Liberia.
yeah.
So right now you can hit for us the share button if you care.
Rise again.
But I know my people who support will always do this. So please hit for us the share button.
Stand
This is from Alpha Blondie. And he calls this one peace in Liberia.
Babylon.
If there were ever a time that we need peace in Liberia, now is that time. So hit for us the share button. Let's take this one. And then we'll go
Calling
to bring
on
back
Jesus
discussion.
Christ to save I and I. We calling on Jesus Christ to save I and I. We calling on Allah to save I and I.
We are calling on Allah
Calling,
to save I and I.
save I. We calling on Jesus Christ.
We are calling on Jesus Christ to save us from this tyrant, the Joseph Numa Boyka.
Calling on Allah.
We are calling on Allah
I,
to save I and I
we calling
from this dictatorial regime of Joseph Numa Boyka.
I.
This man who is hungry and thirsty for blood, the blood of innocent people. Cry Liberia. Because it's like we are on our own. Cry Liberia. We want to do this for the life of those innocent people who this Boyka regime took away.
Shall not stand again. Babylon shall not stand again.
What you can do for us right now, if you are on the YouTube channel,
Jesus
is
Christ,
to hit for us the share button.
save I and I.
If you are on my personal page,
Calling on
that is the Prince Sharif page, you can do the same.
to save I
If
and
you are on under the Palava Hut, you can hit the share
we
button.
calling on Allah
However you do it, the message will get across.
to save I and I.
Right now, we need Allah.
We calling
need Jesus
on
Christ.
Allah.
We need Adonai
Save
to
I
save
and
us from this
I.
power. Oh yeah. Cry Liberia. Cry. Oh cry Liberia. Rise up. Oh rise up. Oh,
Babylon shall not stand again. Christ to save I and I. We're calling on Jesus Christ to save I and I. We're calling on Allah to save I and I. We're calling Adonai. Save I and I.
We are calling on Adonai to save I and I from this tyrannic regime of Joseph Numa Boyka.
Again.
We are calling on the Almighty Allah to save us from this dictator,
Christ,
this evil genius,
save I and I.
man whose strength is renewed by the spilling of his own people's blood.
To save I and I.
Oh, we are calling on Jesus Christ.
We're calling
We are
on
calling
Allah
on Adonai, Allah,
to
to
save
save
I
I
and
and I.
I.
Ah, yeah.
We're calling Adonai.
The nation is in terror. Where we are as a people, we need the intervention of the Almighty Allah. We need the intervention of Adonai. We need the intervention of Jehovah Jireh, of Jesus Christ. However you will call him, we need the intervention like the The streets of Monrovia spilling with blood. The blood of the innocent. Every day they are ritualistic killing all around the place. Mysterious death. That is sponsored by this government. Oh man.
To save I and I. We're calling on Jesus Christ to save I and I. We're calling on Allah.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. So as usual, we ask that you please do us a favor, and that one favor that we require of you is to hit for us the share button. Let's do this one because this is going to be one of the major discussion point right here. So hit for us the share button. You can share with friends and family members so that they all know that we are here. Uh, Courtesy of DTV Online. Courtesy of DTV Online. So let's listen to this, fellow Liberians.
And he said, what a seven said to me, okay, we will look into that matter. I went to Central.
For those of you who are listening to us, hit for us the share button,
Yes,
please.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I visited our Central. But it deprived me of visitation. They deprived me of food coming to me. They deprived me of everything. They went to my cell around 2 a.m. in the morning. People with no uniform went to my cell 2 a.m. in the morning. I was through the mercy of the inmates that started banging on the door, that they say to your death to that man, you're talking for you to carry him. They will not do it to the man. They started banging on the door, and the noise was so severe to the extent where other people came in. Because how can you go and open my prison cell 2 a.m. and say you're going to search me? I went to the central prison. Was you not searched before taking? I was searched from the police. First of all, the police arraigned me at the court without taking a statement from me. I was taken to the court without a single statement from the police. And there where you know that this thing was targeted. Because first of all, before you take somebody to the police, to the court, there must be a statement coming from that person. But in my case, it was contrary. They brought me here and they did it a 5G, only because they believe that they could silence me or they could silence people from voicing out their issues with national government. You can't intimidate us. Were you both silent? Look, I've been in this for long. I've been in politics for a period of time. It's not my first time being under the Unity Party government. I was incarcerated. It's not my first time.
He's not going to be silent.
Close to the person. What next from you?
What next? We are going to take issue legally with those who violated his rights, those who tortured him, and we are also waiting for the government in court because I saw the charge. They are charged him with terrorism, meaning he's a terrorist. So that's going to appear before the judge, He's ready with his lawyers for the government to come and prove his case. That aside, the arrest was illegal, and we will file a countersuit for that. So we're not going to.
Sometimes
Two kinds of bail. It wasn't here alone. He plus 14 other persons were released. I had to sign a document for him to be free. And the judge granted that so that they can be available when the government, through the Ministry of Justice, is ready
Joe
to
King,
prove
Joe
how
King, you are
he is a
welcome.
terrorist. We're waiting for that. We will not allow the judiciary to be used by anybody for their own tyranny. We're not allowed that. He has a right, if you are protesting, as they are saying, he has a right to protest, a constitutionally guaranteed right. So why arrest him?
who do
Why
you
arrest
think
him
is
for
going
that?
to
Mr. Braga and his government. Who else? It's what we call tyranny. Tyranny. To file frivolous suits, frivolous arrests, so that somebody gets intimidated. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not acceptable. We have a democratic country and we have to keep it as such. The president talked about rule of law yesterday. Who is the greatest violator of the rule of law? He is. Who disrespects the Supreme Court? Who fires people who are tenured? Who's arbitrary? It's a rhetorical question. As a former journalist myself, I'm the interviewee. I cannot interview the interviewer, that's you. So when I'm speaking, it's not a question for you. It's a rhetorical question that will end with the answer. I'm a journalist by training. I'm no more a journalist, I'm a politician. So who's doing all of these things? Nobody but Mr. Braga himself. So if you're talking about rule of law, it should start with him. Well,
when are you coming back?
It's up to the court. Once they schedule the case, Mr. Tamaro will be in the court.
Why
with his lawyer.
lawyers?
Thank you so much. And on record, who's telling the legal team?
Who are the legal team?
Councillor Kuma, Gibson, almost 600 lawyers over my name.
Councillor Boaz,
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, again, it's a privilege for us to be here. Let me just recognize some of our people that have joined us from across the group. I want to welcome J. Mickey Nangbe. Thank you so much, J. Mickey Nangbe, for joining us. Emmanuel Sa, thank you so much for your presence here. Rabel P.H. Pope, thank you for joining us. The Hackness Tape, thank you so very kindly from Zredru City. We appreciate you. Zulu Whiskey is in the house. Our own brother Joe King, thank you so much, Joe King, for your presence here. Josephine Sewon, how are you, Mama? I appreciate your presence. Fatou Sharif, how are you, my lovely sister? I want to welcome each and every one of you that are joining us from various platforms. Even those of you who are joining us from how you call YouTube, we want to say you are highly welcome. We appreciate you and thank you so very kindly as always. And those of you who are hitting the share button, we also want to say thank you so very kindly and we appreciate you for all that you continue to do. I also want to use this time to welcome Titi. How are you? You are highly welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. I mean, all of you who are joining us here, we want to say you are welcome. Our responsibility and our duty is to expose evil when we see it coming. Wherever it is coming from, whoever that is bringing it is to expose it. Liberia is now in the dark days. Adama Soni, you are welcome. Following us there from Nimba County, Sanikole City. You are highly welcome. We are now in the dark days. Those days that before you utter a word against evil in society or against the government, you will have to look over your shoulder more than twice. But you know, one thing I always use to encourage myself, and I want to say to you, heroes and heroines are not made during the most peaceful and the most quiet time of human history. I want you to listen to this. Heroes and heroines, they are not made, they are not recognized, they are not seen. During the days when things are okay, when things are fine, when things are all right, that is now when we see them. That is now when they are made. You can be a hero, a heroine, and don't even know that you are one until the situation or circumstance avail itself. Then that's when you prove to others that indeed you are. The situation and the circumstances sometimes it made people to become heroes and heroines. And when we found ourselves Liberians, it is that time that heroes and heroines are about to be made or are made. History do not remember cowards, but remember the men and women that lay down their lives and say, we will confront evil wherever it is coming from. We'll confront it. Today, fellow Liberians, our nation is in tears. The peace and democracy that all of us we fought for yesterday, this democracy that some of us we lost family members for, this peace that some of us, our youth, our youthful life were denied of. We were made to do things that are unorthodox. We risked our lives and everything for this peace. This peace and democracy for which almost 300,000 Liberians died. I want to say to you, fellow Liberian, it's under attack. It's under attack by a regime. It's under attack. We have suffered for too long. We have gone through hell and back to ensure that this peace is preserved. We will not allow an 80 years old man. I am not against age, or I am not against old age, so to speak. I'm not against it. I pray to even cross that 80 years. I'm not against age. Let's say this. I am not. I am not against it at all. But what I am against is evil in the land. And what we are seeing that is happening in Liberia, if we do not stand up, we have no Liberia again that we can call our own. We will not have Liberia that we can call our own. We will not have it. We will not have a Liberia that we can call our own. If we do not stand up against this tyrannic regime of Joseph Numa Boyka, we will not have a Liberia again. We will not have it. We will not have it. We will not. And that's the reason why men must stand up. Men, women must stand up to what is happening in Liberia. So, fellow Liberians, something very, very important happened these few days. The government indeed has exposed itself that it is behind everything that is happening in Liberia. And I will give you the instances The vice president of Liberia, Jeremiah Kpankun, appeared on their network Spoon and made the world to understand that Joseph Numa Boyka sent him to either chair a meeting or to be a part of a meeting or to carry his word to Honorable J. Funati Kofa. He said that on Spoon when he was called. He said when he was called. According to him, he said the president sent him to go and represent him in a meeting or whatever, however they call it. And in that meeting, Musa Belete made us to understand that there were key members of the Unity Party government in that particular meeting, like the Minister of Justice, Bushu Ben Keita, the lawyer, the legal advisor to the president, etc., etc. Funati Kofa was in that meeting. Musa Hassan Belete was in that meeting, and etc. And according to what Musa Belete told us, that in that particular meeting, the vice president made a statement among several issues that if Pooch come to shore, he will put his weight behind Musa Hassan Belete. You see, what we are experiencing in Liberia is something that has already been playing. It was playing long before coming here. If you can remember, and let me remind you, when the Unity Party was part of the CPP, they crafted a document. It was a document that was crafted. And that document that was crafted, in that document, they said, among several issues, that the people that they will give job to, the people they will give credence to, are those who are well known, those who are noticeable figure in the CPP, those who will be recommended by the CPP. They said it. During their years in the CPP, we saw how they were going to lead, how Bweka was going to lead. So everything that is happening now, it is something that we saw. And those of us that saw it, we explained to our people. We showed the signs, but our people did not listen. Everything that you see happening now, that Joseph Numa Bweka is doing, it was done during their years or during their honeymoon in the CPP. We saw it. What is happening now that you did not see when Joseph Numa Bweka was in this marriage of the CPP? Tell me what is happening that you did not see. You are talking about somebody who will blame people against a own institution for his personal gain and behave like he is not even aware. We saw Joseph Numa Bweka doing that. We saw it. Are you talking about using other people to break down the institution for his personal gains and egos? We saw that in the CPP. We saw that. We saw that. Are you talking about the authoritarian spirit and nature and posture of Joseph Numa Boyka? We saw that during the CPP days. We saw it. So everything that is happening right now, everything that is happening right now are things we saw during the CPP days. People who refuse to learn from history are prone to making the same mistake or the mistakes that were made yesterday. Yeah, they will make the same mistake. People who close their eyes on history, it is likely that the same people, they will make the same old mistake. And that is what is happening right now as I speak to you. That is what is happening. That is what is happening. So we will give you a play by play description of everything. And all we want you to do is to hit for us the share button. Hit us the share button. Share with friends. Share with family members. They ought to all get ready. Yeah, let's get ready. Hit us the share button. I'm sorry, I'm receiving messages from my job site that I have to respond to. So just bear with me. Just bear with me, please. So everything that is happening, we saw it. When Joseph Numa Boyka was in the CPP, when he was in opposition, we saw it. But we decided to close our eyes on it. We decided to close our eyes on it. We close our eyes on it. Now the reality has shown its face. All we need to do all that is now happening is what we said. I'm sorry, my people, I'm receiving some messages here, that I have to quickly respond to. Today, the show, we have the show here. Nothing is going to stop it. Absolutely nothing is going to stop it. Yeah. We have an app. That's the good thing about this place. You have an app that you can quickly respond to situations and circumstances. So just give me some minute while we listening to this. Let me respond
He
to
said to me, okay, we will look into that matter. I went to Central. When they carried me to Central, yes, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are visiting our Central. But they deprived me of visitation. They deprived me of food coming to me. They deprived me of everything. They went to my cell around 2 a.m. in the morning. People with no uniform went to my cell 2 a.m. in the morning. I was through the mercy of the inmates that started banging on the door, that they said to your death to that man, you're talking for you to carry him. They will not do it to the man. They started banging on the door, and the noise was so severe to the extent where other people came in. Because how can you go and open my prison cell 2 a.m. and say you're going to search me? I went to the central prison. Was he not searched before taking? I was searched from the police. First of all, the police arraigned me at the court without taking a statement from me. I was taken to the court without a single statement from the police. And there where you know that this thing was targeted. Because first of all, before you take somebody to the police, to the court, there will be a statement coming from that person. But in my case, it was contrary. They brought me here and they did it a 5G, only because they believe that they could silence me or they could silence people from voicing all their issues with national government. You can't intimidate
all
us.
this situation, were you both silent?
Look, I've been in this for long. I've been in politics for a period of time. It's not my first time being under the Unity Party government. I was incarcerated. It's not my first time.
He's not going to be
You are too
silent.
close to the person. What next from you, Nicholas?
What next? We are going to take issue legally with those who violated his rights, those who tortured him, and we are also waiting for the government in court because I saw the charge. They are charging with terrorism, meaning he's a terrorist. So that's going to appear before the judge. He's ready with his lawyers for the government to come and prove this case. That aside, the arrest was illegal, and we will file a countersuit for that. So we're not going to.
Sometimes
Two kinds of bill. It wasn't here alone. He plus 14 other persons were released. I had to sign a document for him to be free. And the judge granted that so that they can be available when the government, through the Ministry of Justice, is ready to prove how he is a terrorist. We're waiting for that. We will not allow the judiciary to be used by anybody for their own tyranny. We're not allowed that. He has a right. If you are protesting,
All right. So I'm sorry.
Constitutionally guaranteed right.
I'm sorry. You know, that's some of the thing when you stay on the clock. So at the end of the day, what we saw during the days of CPP is what we are seeing now. So all of these things that are happening, we saw them during the days of CPP. But we as people refuse to listen. And we are now paying for our own stubbornness. We are paying for it. But we do not deserve it. We don't deserve what we are going through as a people. We don't deserve it. So Jeremiah Kuhn represented Joseph Numa Boyka in a meeting. And that meeting was intended to ensure that Honorable Fonati Kofa is pressure to leave the speakership. You know, those of you who read world history or read about World War II, you know how the war started, right? A 19 years old student. A 19 years old student started the war. They say World War. 19 years old student, go and read your history. 19 years old student started World War II. Go and read. Go. I'm coming, go into that other history. The only thing here I am telling you is that things that you overlook, that they may look so minute, they will look so common, is what can spark up tension and inflame situation. People are overlooking this thing that is happening. This is not about Fonati Kofa. No, don't get it wrong. It's not about him. It's not about Fonati. This is about Joseph Numa Boyka wanting full control, wanting to exert full power, to be the amen and the amen, or the A and Z in our country. That's Joseph Numa Boyka. When he was in the CPP, he refused to allow a democratic process. I said, I will take you through the step-by-step play. I want you to listen keenly. This particular authoritative behavior was exhibited during the CPP, and let me tell you how it was exhibited. We saw Joseph Numa Boyka exerting control over the CPP. Joseph Numa Boyka never wanted any competition. Never wanted to join in any competition with anybody. He wanted to be the only one that will make a decision. And when he said A must happen. We saw that in the CPP. At the time they were preparing to go for their convention, or however you call it, to elect who will be the standard bearer, we saw what Joseph Newman Boyka did. He was able to use his point people in the CPP to ensure that the convention was never held. That's what he did. Before their convention, a democratic process where people will assemble and choose for them their own leader, Joseph Newman Boyka ensured that that process was stalled. We saw it. We saw confusion. Somebody came, oh, the people pay money, oh, the other person pay money, oh, the other person do that, oh, the other person do that. And that entire process where people will democratically elect their leader through a democratic process, that particular process was stalled. It was hijacked by Joseph Newman Boyka. It was hijacked by Mr. Boyka. That is the first place that we saw the authoritarian characteristics showing up in here. Authoritarianism was being displayed by Joseph Newman Boyka in that particular event. He refused for people to use the democratic process to elect their leaders. He refused. I said, no way. Nobody going to go to any convention here to elect anybody. Nobody will go to no convention. Nobody will go to no convention. He ensured that that did not happen. Joseph Newman Boyka displayed this his tyrannic behavior in the CPP. He scattered that whole thing. Nobody will go to no convention to elect anybody. I am the only man on this block. He used his people. And at the end of the day, we saw what happened. We all saw what happened. All of us, we saw what happened. Today, fellow Liberians, it is the same thing that is happening in government. Joseph Newman Boyka wants to ensure that every branch of the Liberian government succumb to him. So he will suppress them. Joseph Newman Boyka, first of all, started with the judiciary branch. Guess what he did? When they brought up a ruling, he said, Mr. Boyka, you have to make sure that these people are taken out if you want to take them out through the legal process. But for now, everything that is happening here, it is not legal. So go back and do what is right. Joseph Newman Boyka refused to listen to the court. He got angry. And guess what happened? Joseph Newman Boyka decided that he will not give them their budgetary allocation in full, what they requested for. Let me show you a newspaper here. Let me show you something. Just bear with me. I want to show it to you from the newspaper here. Oh, this cannot be. So what Joseph Newman Boyka did was to suffocate the Liberia justice system. The money that they should have received, he ensured that they cut the money. Let me show you this. Like I said, wherever we speak here, we speak with facts. Let me show you this for you to see for yourself what Joseph Numa Boyka did to the judiciary system to ensure that he suffocated them, to show that he has absolute control over them, to subdue them to complete submission. Here is it. Here is it. Let me show this to you. Sorry. You see here? You see here in the month of July? Here is it. I don't want you to believe me. That's why I like to be in studio before doing all of these presentation. You see here? Liberia Judiciary lashes out at budget court. You see here what Joseph Numa Boyka did? I will just read few bars of this story for you to understand that when we are telling you, we are not telling you because we hate Joseph Numa Boyka, but we have a track record of this man deeds. So we just read few lines here. Liberia's justice system is on the brink of a crisis, with the Supreme Court locked into a better dispute with the executive and legislative branch over a drastically reduced budget allocation. Chief Justice Siane Ayo, visibly frustrated, has accused the co-equal branches of government of indifference and deliberate marginalization. You see that? I want you to see it. I want us to read it together. That when we come here to explain things to you, we are not explaining it because we hate, but we have the records in our hands. So let me go down just to the second paragraph and, we'll explain. The crux of the issue lies in the 2024 national budget, which slashed the judiciary funding from a requested US 31 million to a mere 17 million. You see there? A paltry 2.8% of the national budget that exceeds 700 million. To add insult to injury, a further US 3 million of this allocation is earmarked solely for judge benefits, leaving even less for critical optional expenses. You see there? Let me just go on. It said, Justice Yor, in a strong worded press conference last Friday, July 19, warned that this treatment of indifference and imposition will not be tolerated. She emphasized the potential for a constitutional crisis if Joseph Boyka and the legislature fail to address the situation with urgency. My people, and you see there? All of these things that is happening is a play, The judiciary is fighting back. Look, our nation will be plunged into chaos, and it is the judiciary that is aiding this particular chaos. And you see there? The judiciary in the 2024 budget, they did not receive the amount that was allocated for them. Madam Siane Ayo got vexed, and she blamed the legislative branch and blamed the executive. When you see the Supreme Court doing what it is doing, it's because they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. But we can assure you, if you people will cause problem in our country, anywhere you go, you and your family, any part of this earth that you will go, you and your family will have the question to answer to the Liberian people. Look, I am going to expose some things to you today. All of these things that you see happening, with the Supreme Court doing what she's doing and trying to play deaf ear on what is happening and using words in order to be able to, play around what is happening, is intentional. Very intentional. It's very intentional. Siane Yor, in July, you saw the newspaper and you saw it, the one that I just put up. You saw what I put up, right? You saw what I put up. $17 million that's supposed to be allocated to JG. The judiciary branch of government, according to her, that amount was slashed. They did not receive that amount. Sorry, 31 million that was to be given. They did not receive that amount. At the end of the day, guess what happened? At the end of the day, guess what happened? She said they gave them just 17 million. So everything that you see happening is planned. It is orchestrated. These people from the judiciary branch are ensuring that problem happened in the country. Because the verse with Joseph Numa Boeka, the amount that they're supposed to give to the judiciary branch, it wasn't given. The judiciary branch is also angry with the legislative branch of government because they believe that they are responsible for allocation of funding. And the amount that's supposed to be allocated, it was never allocated. They gave them just mere $17 million, which according to them can't do anything. We saw that rigmarole. We saw that rigmarole. At a certain point in time, the judiciary even got angry and said that they were not going to open court. And they did open the court. So everything that you see happening in Liberia, fellow Liberians, is a fight. And we as Liberians must ensure that these people do our work. We must ensure that their families, members, are made aware of what they are doing. Because their family will not be excluded when they launch our nation into chaos. I want to repeat this. All of what these people are doing, when our nation go into chaos, we know where your family members are. And we are ready to ensure. We are ready to ensure. Look, listen to what I am saying. We know where play your family member there. Let me put it in our Liberian way. We know where you get your family member there. If you think you will launch our nation into chaos, jump on the next plane with your passports and say you're traveling out of the country, you and your family member will be made to account. You will answer question to the Liberian people. You will answer question. You play fun out of us. We are watching you. We are watching you. This time around, our people, no idiot will tell our people, Papa, I respect you. Sit down on the ground. Oh man, I get respect for you. Take out your clothes. Nobody will say that to them. Nobody will say that to them. We are prepared. We are ready to ensure that you all do the right thing. So this is a fight. Judiciary branch, the money that we're supposed to get, it was not allocated for us to get it. The executive are supposed to release the money to make sure that money release. They did not release the money. So because of that, they are refusing to call a spade a spade. So they leave our nation in a complete oblivion. They leave us in a state of confusion. The judiciary branch that should come up and be very clear and say A is A, B is B. They have turned their back on the matter and just lead the thing. People are fighting over it. The other person will come, they interpret it their own way. The other person will come, interpret it their own way. And those from the Supreme Court, they fold their arms and they looking, they laughing. Say, yeah, all will be into this. Y'all get ready for us. Y'all get ready for the rude awakening of Liberians. This generation of Liberians will not sit down and allow such nonsense to happen. It will not. We won't. What these people are doing is intentional. Here is it. Look here. Just look here. Justice Sianet Yor, in a very strong worded press conference, July 19, warned that this treatment of indifference and imposition will not be tolerated. She emphasized the potential for a constitutional crisis if Joseph Numa Boyka and the legislature failed to address the situation with urgency. Was that situation addressed? No, it was not addressed. So this is the constitutional crisis that we are talking about. This is it. This is the constitutional crisis that we are talking about. This is what I'm talking about. There's the constitutional crisis. We are playing fun with this, but it is very serious. It is very serious. It is very, very serious. When you see the judiciary sitting down and don't want to come up to be very bold, and they just play with words and leave it with the Liberian people. Somebody will come and interpret it una way. The other person will come and interpret it una way. The other person can interpret it una way. Like Monjuro is saying, it is well planned. Definitely, it is well planned. Everything that you see happening is well planned. And it is planned so that there can be chaos. I can tell you this for sure. The judiciary branch is not happy with Joseph Numa Boyka. So they will not confront him physically. You know what they will do? They will look at red and call it white, just so they can turn the people against the government. And since Joseph Numa Boyka too is a useless dictator, is a tyrant, he don't give a hang. He don't care. This man gave a hang about you and myself. So when the fight comes to him, he will confront it. He has no time to sit on the table to say how we can solve this. No time is there. This old man is so useless to the extent that he will go to the executive mansion and refer to people as hooligans. Joseph Numa Boyka will go to the executive mansion and call people hooligans. Let me find that clip. Let me see. Let me find that clip and call people hooligans. Joseph Numa Boyka is doing everything to ensure his will prevail. Let me see. I think this will be on one of these something here. Let me see on DTV where Joseph Numa Boyka referred to people as hooligan without investigation. Investigation has not been even launched, but Joseph Numa Boyka will sit and say the hooligans. If there is anybody that can send me that particular clip, I will appreciate it. While I am on, if anybody can send me that clip, I will appreciate it. If you can just send it to me, I will really, really appreciate it, please. If there's anybody that can send me that clip, I want to play that clip. Somebody please send me that clip where Joseph Numa Boyka just, send it. I will open it. If you can send me that clip, I will open it now where Joseph Numa Boyka referred to the incident that happened, at the place there. He said, if you can send it, I will really, really appreciate it. Whether in my WhatsApp number or whether in WhatsApp or whatever, I will really do appreciate it. Let's see. Where Joseph Numa Boyka referred, let me see, because I want to play that clip. Let me go back and see. I really, really want to play that clip. And I will appreciate if anybody can be able to send it to me, please. If anybody can send it to me, I'll really appreciate it. I'm looking for it in my stuff. If anybody can send that to me, I will really, really appreciate it. If anybody will send it to me, I'll really appreciate it. Please help me. You can send it to me either through my WhatsApp or you can send it through. Let me see. I am now looking for it. Please, you can send it to me. I will appreciate it if you send that identical. Okay, fine. That's good. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I'm going to play it right here. I'm going to play it. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So, okay. So we are going to play this and I want you to listen here. Here is it. I want you to listen. Just listening very, very keenly. Listening very keenly. Listen to Joseph Nyuma Boeka. Please, if the sound is okay, please tell me. Okay, you said no sound. Okay. If the sound is okay, please. Okay, I have to take it here and I'll put it somewhere. Just bear with me. I got to put it on another stuff. But please, if somebody can send it to me in a messenger, I will really, really, really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll really, really appreciate it. Let me check in my messenger. If somebody can just send, or you can send the link down here, I will really appreciate it. I want to play it. Okay, no sound. Thank you. Thank you. It said no sound. Okay, let's see. Let me see here. If somebody can just send it to me or pin it, I will really, really appreciate it. Uh, I will really, really appreciate it. Let me go to my stuff here and see it here. If somebody can send it to me, I will really appreciate it. I want to play this, so just bear with me. Okay, so just bear with me. Let me go, and then I am sure that just bear with me. I want to play this. Bye. Okay. So just bear with me. I want to get this video and I want to play it. And I want you to listen to the irresponsible and reckless statement that was made by Joseph Nyuma Boeka. So just bear with me while we try to pull this up. You know, it's difficult when you are presenting at the same time, you know, trying to do what you're supposed to do. It's just tough, but we will get it. So you can send it in my messenger. I would really, really appreciate it. This one, they send it on the WhatsApp, and then on the WhatsApp, it's not. Uh, okay. Thank you so much, my brother Ansusoni. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother Ansusoni. Thank you. Okay. So let's go here. Thank you, my brother Ansusoni. Thank you so very kindly. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so all right. Thank you, my brother Ansu. Thank you so very kindly. So let me go here and then play this. Let's come here and then play this. So just bear with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so very kindly for sending it. Thank you so kindly. We appreciate you sending it. Thank you. So let's go here, bring it here, and see what we can do with this here. Bring it right here. Take it from here and then bring it here. So I just want you to listen to how irresponsible Joseph Numa Boyka sound. You know, uh, let me bring it right here so you can see it. Thank you so much for sending it to me, my brother. All of you who sent it just now, I really do appreciate it. Okay, fine. That's good. We got it right here, right now. So I want to ensure that the sound is very loud and clear. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you sending it to me. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's what we do. We playing with, I get 4 different computers here that I'm playing with. So just bear with me. 4 different computers. That's what we go through in order to bring you what we are supposed to bring you, because we want to bring you the best. Okay, fine. That's good. So let's listen to this man. How irresponsible he is and reckless he is. I want you to listen here while we, okay, fine. That's good. We do this. Okay, fine. So we are here. Listening to Joseph Newman Boyka, just listening to him.
We have the rule of law. We have every way in this place to be
All
able
right.
to listen to you. But we're not going to accept this. And we're asking the Minister of
So you, yeah, I sure the sound is okay now, right?
Justice,
The sound
all
is
of
okay. Please, if the sound is okay, please tell
you
me.
have problem. We have the rule of law. We have every way in this place to
If the
be able
sound is
to listen to
okay,
you.
please let me know,
But we're not
please.
going to accept this. And we're asking the Minister of Justice, all of the security apparatus, including our friends, to investigate this letter. People who are culprit, who will
Thank
deal
you,
with them,
Cedric. Thank you.
and will set the tune for all other people who, when they get angry, they burn down the police. That you have.
Okay, thank you. So I want you to listen to the irresponsible statement coming from Joseph Newman Boyka, an old man who's supposed to know better. Somebody who served in previous government. Somebody who served as vice president for 12 years. That is supposed to know better than any other person around him. Listening to this man and the reckless statement that is proceeding out of this man's mouth. I want you to listen. Let's go ahead.
Problem. We have the rule. You have problem. We have the rule of law.
Listening to this man that is telling Liberian, if you have problem, we have the rule of law. This man that when you look at his face, you will see disrespect for the rule of law. When you look at his face. But this man is brave enough to look at the Liberian people and tell us that if we have problem, the rule of law is there. When the Liberian people run to the rule of law, and Joseph Newman Boyka used his presidential power to turn the hands of the rule of law so it can be in your favor. You want for me to remind you of the case of Councillor Gloria Mususkat? No. I'll remind you. This man is brave enough to tell us that the rule of law, he can listen to it. That idiot can listen to rule of law. This old man, this failure, this tyrant can listen to, this dictator can listen to rule of law. This man who we saw, Gloria Mususka, the first thing when he took over as president is to move those lawyers, the government prosecutor in the case of Bana Gloria Mususka. He moved them from there. Councillor Goude, he moved them from there. He sacked them because he never wanted these people to be there to pursue that case to its logical conclusion. At the end of the day, what becomes of Shalom Musu? Shalom Musu died and Joseph Newman Boyka freed Councillor Gloria Mususka. But this man is brave enough to tell us that there is a rule of law. We must go to the rule of law. Oh, there are rule of law. When Queen Johnson killed our brother, she is on record. When she was taken to the police station, was it not under Joseph Newman Boyka instruction that Queen Johnson was freed and she's now passing around and was giving job. This old man is brave enough to open his mouth and talk about the rule of law. When friends said Sakila Nyimale kill people, and today the family members of Tamba Momo still crying, and he's awarding people with fabulous jobs around the place. Then this old man is brave enough to open his mouth and tell us about rule of law. This man is a disgrace to us as a nation, the oldest African nation. He is a disgrace. You are telling us about the rule of law? When there was a young boy who died in the police custody up to now, we are yet to hear anything. You are telling us about rule of law? When Vivian Sando was killed and her body was dropped up to now, we have not even seen the perpetrator of the act. You telling us about rule of law? Is Josiah Newman Boyka in his right mind? This man should be right now in an old folks home and people taking care of him. But you allow this man to be at the level of the presidency. What a danger for us. And that's why our eyes must be open. So listen to this man.
We have,
Listen to him.
you have problem. We have the rule of law. We have every
Thank
way
you
in
so
this
much,
place to
Mr.
be
Freeman.
able to listen to you. But when
Thank you so much, Mr. Freeman, for sending us that information. Thank you for sending the stuff. So listen to Joseph Newman Boyka. Is this man, does he have the ability, the charisma, the energy to listen to anybody? No, he does not. Listen.
have every way in this place to be able to listen to you. But we're not going to accept this. And we're asking the Minister of Justice, all of the security apparatus, including our friends, to investigate this letter. People who are culprit, who will deal with them.
Look at this old man that's supposed to know better, but unfortunately, he is just a disgrace. You get the Minister of Justice standing right there. You are asking that people must investigate, but you have already concluded. You've already found the how you call it, the doers of the act. You know, when you are a president, anything you say, it becomes almost like a policy that must be implemented immediately. The words of a president, it's not like the common word we say around here. My sister Hawatote, I want to welcome you. Fellow Liberians, before we go forward, let me just inform you that we will be having a strategic meeting, a retreat in Iowa from the 27th to the 28th. We will be driving from the East Coast going. So all of you are invited. On Friday, which is tomorrow, there will be a very important meeting. There will be a very, very important meeting on Friday, which is tomorrow. All of you are invited to that particular meeting. I'm about to put out, I will put out the meeting stuff here. Just bear with me. I will put out the meeting, the information for the meeting. I will put it up here for you to, see it. Probably you can keep the link and then we can all get ready for our Friday's meeting. So let me just put it right here. Let me copy it from here. Too many things going here. Okay, copy. And then I will come right here to post it right here. Okay, so I will post this information. There's going to be a very, very important meeting on Friday. The information is right here. I'm sending out this information on Friday. Very important meeting. Let me put it out for the second time. So you can keep that information. Yeah. You can keep that information. On Friday, it's going to be a very important meeting. So we invite you to our Iowa's program, our Iowa retreat. It's going to be a retreat. It's a time we're going to sit down, we're going to discuss, we're going to ask ourselves the hard questions, and we're going to come up with, ways, means in order for us to be able to move our institution, the CDC, forward. So you listen to Joseph Newman Boyka already drawing a conclusion. Like I was saying, we need to be very careful when you are a leader. Whatever you say, it almost becomes like a policy that people needs to ensure that it is implemented. A leader is not like any kind of hungry person. When you occupy that office of the presidency, you are not like an ordinary person who just made any, mere statement and people say, oh, whatever you say represents authority. So Joseph Newman Boyka stand before these people and have already concluded on the person that did the act. You already know that it was done by human beings.
letter.
It was done by people.
People who
Listen to him.
security apparatus, including our friends, to investigate this letter. People who are corporate, who will deal with them, and will.
There are people who are corporate. So Joseph Newman Boyka has already concluded his investigation just by standing down. People who are corporate, people who are culpable, people who are culpable, people who did it. So in the mind of Joseph Newman Boyka, that's somebody that did it. I am aware that before yesterday's fire incident, there was, whether it was a short circuit or whatever it was, but we saw that the panel box, I think a portion of the building, caught fire. The panel box, in fact, they show us the panel box. We saw it. According to what we saw, we are not experts or we are not, fire investigators. But what we saw that the panel box was burned. So it is possible that whatever that led to that particular shock may have had some other wiring there that is not correct. And that could be the cause of it. But because Joseph Newman Boyka is irresponsible and reckless and will just use any word and think that Liberia is his personal property, so he has already found the culprit. You know that human being. He already know that somebody did it. You see what is happening? So now the police is under obligation. When you see the police behaving in this reckless and stupid manner, like somebody like how you call Gregory Como, is behaving like a fool that he is because he wants to prove. Because Joseph Newman Boyka have already said it to the Liberian people that somebody responsible. So Gregory Como now is under the pressure, is under the obligation to ensure that somebody account for it. So that person who is responsible, they say they're going to Honorable Safoko. You see some of the thing that we're talking. And you see some of the thing that we're talking. So they believe that somebody do it. The reason why, look, the whole thing is plain. The reason why you see Gregory Como, if you call for Gregory Como to catch anybody for on the street, he will do it. Because the president has already made a policy statement. Whoever that is responsible, the person, the people that who are responsible. Let's just say Newman Boyka war. So what you expect Gregory Como to do?
Corporate, who will deal with them. This letter. People who are corporate, who will deal with them.
Yeah, people who are corporate. So now you force how you call Gregory Como now. That other man who I don't know whether he got to define himself. We understand that people with different characteristics and nature around the place here, Liberian, we are very tolerant. We are very tolerant people. But Gregory Como needs to define himself. He needs to tell who he is. If he cross the road, let him may understand, I crossed the road. Then we know. So you can't live deceiving yourself because we already know. We know people who cross the road, the way they can behave, etc., etc. We know it. We can see it. So you get this other man who claimed that he came from Harvard University. Let me tell you something. We should not be deceived. Attending some of these prestigious universities around here, it doesn't mean that you get sense or you're clever. One thing I know in this Western world, the people will do everything to ensure that you cleared away from school. The school system here is as such that, look, those of us, look, if anybody come from Liberia or from Africa with their degree, respect them. Those of us who got our degree from in Liberia, respect us. We passed through hell to get it. We passed through hell. Yet the system is look, they provide you everything that you need, to the extent that even tests, they give you tests for you to go and study. For example, the test question, they will bring about 50 questions, and the test question will come from in that 50. But they will tell you, go and study the 50 questions. And from in that 50, if you study it very well, you see all of the questions will come from there. They provide you all of the opportunity that you need to make it very easy for you. All you need to do is just exert few time. That's all. Just exert some effort, some time. That's all. You finish. Yeah, they help you. They don't want you to leave behind. They have even the accelerator program. They have accelerator program for people who want bachelor degree. That you will not even spend the regular maybe 4 years that people can spend. No, you will not spend it there. You spend less than 4 years. People are getting bachelor degree under 2 years. I'm telling you, in this country. Yes, they have program for it. People are getting master degree under 1 year, 6 months. Yes, they have the program for it. In fact, yeah, let me just tell you, when you are in high school, based on your academic performance, you can already accumulate some grade for college. You can already have some credit for college. That's how it's looking like. So you will enter college while you are in high school. When you enter college, they will just start with you from maybe, for example, because when you enter, you start as what? As freshman, right? You go to sophomore, you go to junior, senior. So you can be in high school and accumulate freshman credits. You can be in high school and already accumulate freshman college and freshman, how you call, or grades. So when you go there, you can just start straight from the level of sophomore based on your performance in high school. You start straight with sophomore. Like I have my nephew, a nephew of mine who just graduated just a few days ago. He is now at the university. He went there already with a college credit. He had credit, college credit. So that's how the system is here. You pay the money, you do what you're supposed to do, the people help you, in other words, to put you in front. Because they want an educated society. I've seen people in this country graduating from high school. Some of them, they're weak academically. I'm telling you this, they are weak academically. So those of us who fought hard, we took our degree from Liberia and bring it here. You must respect us. Give us the respect. Our tongue may not be slippery, but respect us for what is up here. Because we suffer to get it. We went through hell and back. So you get one Gregor Cuomo say, he have a university man. Liberia National Police Director. Joseph Newman Boyka has already made a statement. The person who is responsible. So Gregory Cuomo now has to do everything to ensure that he bring people. If it costs for him to go and find cow, to bring that cow, he will bring that cow to ensure that somebody is held accountable. So already Joseph Newman Boyka has already prejudiced the case. He has already made a case to look some kind of way. Already. The case looking some kind of way. So let's listen.
And we'll set the tune for all other people who, when they get angry, they burn down the police, they destroy this. We're not going to allow this. So we just want to say, to console the members of the first Family in this government.
You see what is happening? I want to move this. I want you to hear it for yourself. So what Gregory Cuomo will do, if you were in the case of Gregory Cuomo, what do you think he would do? Gregory Cuomo is so weak academically, he's so weak on his job to the extent that you will allow a clip that somebody will dot, cut here, paste here, pull here, and send it to you. And you're using that as the basis, according to you, to be able to persecute people. You see stupidity? You see stupidity? You are now using a clip.
So,
What you used to
do you have a
using a clip, according to you now, to run after people. You see some of the things that we can be talking. You see what we're talking. This is the kind of country that we have under Joseph Newman Boyka, where the rule of law is disrespected. He has no respect for the rule of law. Running after people here, there, Yana. Look at Sekou Kalasco Diamaro and say, you put terroristic threat on him. And all of these things are intended to silence the opposition. All of these things are intended to ensure. Joseph Newman Boyka said it from the beginning, that his target is the CDC. His target is not how he will better the lives of the Liberian people. Because as we speak to you, guess what happened? In Liberia now, hospitals are closed. Doctors are on protest. Health workers, they have abandoned the hospital. That is not Joseph Newman Boyka concern. What he is concerned about is how he can suppress CDC. That is his major concern. What kind of president that calls himself president that is so reckless like this? What? Imagine. The recklessness of Joseph Newman Boyka has reached, look, it has reached the height of Mount Kilimanjaro, of Mount Everest, the height of those mountains. What we are seeing is a sheer display of arrogance, tyranny, dictatorship, and etc. is what we are witnessing today in our country. That's what we are witnessing. And it is scary. It is scary. Everything that is going on now is being sponsored. It's being sponsored by Joseph Newman Boyka. Joseph Newman Boyka is showing his true color. He's showing who he is, what he's capable of doing. Mark Jabate threatened people around here. At the end of the day, he was never called to order. No, he was never called. He walked away with impunity. That's why when you're in that country, do not sleep with your two eyes closed. Keep one closed and one open. Because this desperate regime will do everything to subdue the voices of people who are critical against it. We saw what happened to Austin Kawa. While he was on the air, it touched his car. While he was on the air. You know the next thing they're about to do? They're about to start going to radio station. This thing is played by the government. Maybe some of you don't remember, but let me remind you. Y'all remember when this government took over? They said they had a blacklist of radio stations that they said was owing government. Y'all remember? No, let me bring you up to speed. Y'all remember that incident when this government took over? When the government took over, they ran quick. They said that people or administrators are owing radio station, blah, blah, blah. They will close down radio station. Y'all remember even OKFM? I remember one time, I think I have in a clip, I put it somewhere. Clarence Jackson was on air and said, but the government even owing or how they will close us. The government is owing us because government is continuity. There are some work that we did for the government. Up to now, the government have not even paid us. But yet it's a that people are threatening that they can't close our station down. So how you will close my station down when you are still owing me? We did work for you. Up to now, you have not paid, but you say you will close us. All of that was a sign. All of those things that were happening, they were all signs and symptoms to tell you that those of you that is in the press, those of us that are critical against the tyrannic regime of Joseph Numa Boyka, that they are after us. They are after us. Fellow Liberians, I want to play this and I will probably take some calls. I want to play this and I'm going to take some calls. Just bear with me. Let me just bear with me. Let me try to. I want to bring you a video here. Okay. So let me.
Amnesty law,
Wow.
the Senate started trap for Boyka.
Okay.
Because when we are wrote, the Senate did a comprehensive report of their findings and attached the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law and everything. And the position statement for those commissioners who decided from Brother to where. And said the way forward is the Panama House discussion for peace. Then when Boyka come now, he is deceived by coming there, by the Dillon there, Nombi there, and he now where he's just taking all kind of way Boyka, all kind of thing. He want to go after people. Then, you know, the CDC still control the lower house, the upper house.
Mm-hmm.
So they went talking away, some kind of thing they did, Bagati thing, they did a resolution that passed. Yeah, because of money crossing.
Yeah.
Then they sent it to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then something happened. Wow! All that they almost signed to Yombi house. Then they brought it that Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me.
Oh.
Then when I heard what was happening, it was remain 2 persons to sign. That was me, that was Bani, Jim Bani. Now when I went to Kun, I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper, and you were here with our own leadership, and we sent the report with all documents, legal documents, to guide where. Then Boyka benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved in the election in 2011 because he was not to run with them.
You're right. He
benefited.
You're right.
Then after serving our Bible for 12 years now, he's now president now. We finished campaign for that kind of woman, then he wants to persecute us. He does grant to persecute us. So what is going on with Kun? Then Kun said, well, what I will do for you is to help you with lawyer. Your part has been go look for lawyer. It was from Kun office, my own son office that I went and signed a resolution. I remember telling them why y'all did this. You know what they told me?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So starting the resolution, I mean, we agree. Bring it now. When Boyka send a bill, they will not put all the law they put in now and back it.
Oh, okay. That was a smart move.
I said correct move. Yeah, correct move. Exactly.
Yo.
That's why our email Senate will return. Every senator will give it 3 minutes or so to talk about the break. What for your country?
Mm-hmm.
What's on your mind?
So, fellow Liberians, I want to put up a number and you can call and make your point. I want to use this few minutes to call and open the line and let's hear from you. Let's hear from you while we read some comments. So let's hear from you while we read some comments. Let me just pin the number to call. Yeah, I have to. Let's pin the number to call while we go to our comments. So you can call and then let's hear from you. You can call and let's hear from you. So let's go to our comment section. Let's go to the comment section and see if we can read some comments here. Let's see if we can read some comments here. Time have caught up with me. So let's see if we can read some comments. Eric Jose, how are you doing? I'm fine, my brother Eric. Thank you so much. John Miller say watching from Rwanda, Kigali. Thank you so much, my brother John Miller. Elijah P. Sherman, thank you so much. Watching us there from Liberia. Thank you so very kindly, my brother Elijah. We appreciate you. Comfort David, thank you so much. Hi to you. Uh, Eric Joe, say yes, oh my brother. All right, Eric. That is it. Yvonne Daves, say hello, my brother Prince. Thank you for the good work. Okay, watching from Canada. Thank you so much, Yvonne. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you for everything. Mabu Rogers. Mabu Rogers is following us from Liberia. How are you, Mr. Rogers? You are highly welcome. Thank you so very kindly. Uh, Joes, thank you so much. Joes, we appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you so very kindly. It's a very, okay. Oh man. All right. Let's go to Joe's here. He say, damaging the country. Oh, very well. Kaba Rogers come here and say hi. Hi, my brother Kaba. Emmanuel Sa. Thank you so very kindly watching us there from Jamaica Road. Oh wow, that's my own area right there. Good afternoon, Jamaica Road is in the house. Emmanuel Sa, thank you for joining us. Robert P.H. Pope, thank you so much for following us there from Banga, Bon County, Central Liberia. You are highly welcome. D. Hackness Tape, watching us there from Zulu Whiskey. That is Redru. You are highly welcome. My own brother Joe King, thank you so much for joining us. Josephine Sewon, we appreciate you. You can give us a call and let's hear what is on your own list. The number to call is right there. You can give us a call. Fatu Sharif, how are you? You are welcome. Josephine Sewon, we appreciate you. She says, the president JMB can say something and means another thing. Oh, definitely. Titi, thank you so much for joining us. Charles Mogai, thank you so much watching us there from Ganta Nimba County. Rebecca Zeros, thank you so much. Russell, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Adaman Soni, you are highly welcome. Say Gongano, how are you? He say we're explain tire. Okay, we're explain tire, no problem. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us. I want to welcome Dr. Elizabeth M. Gay Kamara. You are highly welcome. Thank you so much for your presence here. Esther Jala, we appreciate you. James A. Douglas, watching us there from Grahamtown, Virginia. Thank you so much. Ishaka Sor, how are you? Watching us there from Liberia. We appreciate you. Lee, how are you? Lee, thank you so much watching us there from Sinka, for his resident in Sinka. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. Moses Kier. Moses Kier is joining us here. Thank you so much. Daniel is joining us. Our director of research says this one. He says, change the narrative of brutalizing protesters and pin the Capitol building burning on somebody, just anybody. Maybe Frank Safoko Jr., since he is strong and more vocal. Did the police do it? Did the Capitol Police do it? Pin something on someone, pin it on somebody. In the rush for the government to change the narrative from how Joseph Newman Boyka police force crackdown and brutalized protester yesterday, decided to burn down the Capitol building and pin blame or pin it on innocent lawmakers. Yeah, that is their play. That is what they want to do. They want to ensure that somebody, that's what Joseph Newman Boyka openly says, somebody. How did you know that somebody without investigation? So you've already said to the world that somebody did it. So the police now, Gregory Como and his gangster, they are now under obligation to ensure that they do the right thing by finding somebody. Emmanuel Bro, you are highly welcome. We appreciate you on the YouTube channel there. We want to say thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate you on the YouTube channel. Thank you so very kindly. So that is where we found ourselves. Again, fellow Liberian, all of these things that we are doing, time is of essence. Time is very, very, very important. Time is very important. But we want to say thanks to the CDC for everything, and it's showing that our people were free today. We want to say thanks to all of you who ensured that our people, by protecting other persons, along with Sekou Kalasco Diamaro, they were all freed. We want to say thanks for that. We really do appreciate it. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for your support. Thank you so very kindly. Again, fellow Liberians, time is of essence, and this time have caught up with us. Let's see if we can take some things here, and then we can call it a day. Let's take some stuff here. Now let's see what we have here. See what we have here. Let's see what we have here. Instead of Joseph Numa Boyka concentrating on how he can better the lives of the Liberian people, he using that time to run after how you call members of the opposition CDC. You will learn. You will learn in Harvard. Let's see if we can get you some stuff here. Let's see this right here. Just bear with us while we try to bring you this. Bear with us while we try to bring you this. Okay. So just bear with us while we try to bring you this.
People want us to believe that Joseph Boyka is strong. When you have a leader that have this laissez-faire attitude.
So this is also listen. Long time, like we said, long time people told you of who Joseph Numa Boyka is, but you overlook it. So listen, we play this.
When you have a leader that have this laissez-faire attitude for African, the people will soon destroy themselves. People want us to believe that Joseph Boyka is strong, he's tough on corruption, and everything. But in the last 43 years or 40-something years that we have known this man, how is it that we have never seen any of those skills manifest in any way?
I want to welcome my own brother and a friend. I want to say, Boima, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Boima. We appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so very well. Thank you so very kindly for joining us. So let's listen to one of the fadigas here.
When you have a leader that have this laissez-faire attitude for African, the people will soon destroy themselves. People want us to believe that Joseph Boyka is strong, he's tough on corruption and everything. But in the last 43 years or 40-something years that we have known this man, how is it that we have never seen any of those skills manifest in any way? This man has been visible but at the same time in the shadow for 40-something years. Little or nothing is new. Look, you cannot be that long in government and nobody know nothing about you. There is a good reason why nobody knows nothing about this old man. Either he did do some of the things that he said he did, or he's someone that just do not like to take responsibility for anything, so he plays it safe. He plays it safe. How many people? Everybody. Look at Edwin Snow. Edwin Snow that came during classical time. Now everybody know Edwin Snow, every move. We can tell you legislation that he backed, we can tell you things that he did. Every other politician in Liberia who can give you the history and tell you something. In Liberia, they want to tell you that they want to invent something. I know most of the things that they said Ome Boyka did was invented because there is nobody that can actually corroborate what he said or what they said he did. They told us in APNC. And That's why I told one other young man the other time, I said, you know what? Forget about Asian time worker. I want you to tell us something in the last 12 years, in the last 4 years. Just tell us something that this man have done for which we believe he will make a great president. Nobody can tell. Whenever this unity party comes to talk about Joseph Boyka and talk about Asian thing, pre-war thing that most of you cannot remember or not old enough to remember, that you gotta go read that, go something that they are already put on paper. Just say,
You
you know
hear
what?
it
Forget about
from
it.
his own people. From his own people. These are things that they are saying. These are things that they are saying. And they are saying it because it is the fact. They said it yesterday. You refused to listen. Today, the reality has shown face. Fellow Liberians, we must stand up against this tyrannic regime. Use the opportunity that you have, whether it be a Facebook, calling on different platforms, and exposing the evil of this government. Look at what is happening in Liberia. There is a complete chaos all over the place. Motorcyclists now, terrorists are now using motorcyclists to burn properties. People who they look at to be a critical voice, they go after you. And these things are not surprising because that's the way the Unity Party operates. That is the exact operation of the Unity Party. That's how they behave. They never want to tolerate any critical voice. When you are somebody who is critical of them, forget it. They get rid of you. But again, men must stand up to this tyrannic regime. On this note, my people, time is of essence and have caught up with us. We got to go and do our hours. The late time that we have, we got to share it at least somewhere a 2 hour or 1 hour of sleep. Then we come here and give you the information. But again, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Until we meet here again, hopefully tomorrow, where we have lengthy time to discuss. Have yourself a God bless day. Bye from our end. And again, we want to say all of you are welcome. We will be in Iowa from the 27th to the 28th. All of you are welcome. All of you, all Seditians, all Weations, all of you, patriotic Liberians, you are welcome. It is a retreat. It is a strategic meeting. Let's meet in Iowa. Let's discuss so that we can come back refreshed to engage this particular regime, to engage this particular tyrannic, this dictatorial regime of Joseph Newman Boyka. Until we meet again, fellow Liberians, I want to thank you all. Have yourself a God bless day and bye from my end.